All right, y'all. Here's the adversity video for the day. I told you I'd bring it to you. I actually forgot to shoot it because I really got irritated and went in the house. As you can tell, the lights are still flickering a little bit because I just came back out to make the video for you. Yeah, old Graybeard is still at it. Not quite as long as old Santa, but looking the same color, right? All these were mounted up with tires. All we had to do was balance the fronts today, so I come out to balance the fronts, aired them up, because what I did is when I put the wheels together yesterday with the and mounted the tires, right? You can see I got wheel weights on there still. It goes like so, right? And then the tires on, and then you got to push this down and jockey the nuts into place and all that. With the silicone in here and the O-ring on the wide half, as you can see, and then you would just roll the O-ring down that wide half into that center gap. And if you did it right, there's silicone oozing out of that gap there, right? And then the O-ring goes in there and just seals everything up. Well, what happened was I balanced the first wheel, I balanced the second wheel, and before I could even as you can see, before I could even get the tape on the extra weight there, there's a lot of weight there too. Before I could even get the tape on it to cover it, we had noticed that the first tire felt soft. So I put the air gauge on it, because I even balanced the tires at the same air pressure as we scale the car. We always do it at 20 or 25 pounds. I think it's 20 pounds, but always do it the same. And it was 5 pounds down already. So I got the soapy water out, and I sprayed the soapy water around with the tire still on, and both wheels had one stud bubbling air. So what happened was we didn't get enough silicone around the outside and out here. So when I took them apart, sure as anything, this was all filled in real good. Everything was good except the one that was leaking didn't have enough silicone here. But okay, good, easy enough, right? Easy enough. We'll just leave the short half, the backside half, beat it onto the tire, left it right on the hub and everything, cleaned it all up, took the shop vac, sucked up all the silicone crap that was in there, cleaned this side up, piece of cake, right? We'll just put it back together. And the first one went okay, and we did the second one, and sure as anything, same thing. There was a remnant of it not having enough silicone around the edge of it, of the stud that was leaking. We put them all back together, and the last, I better take a breath. The last wheel stud nut going on, strip the damn stud. Because these are not like the Paul Martins. Again, I've told you, these are only three spoke instead of 6. A Paul Martin has a hole here where a bolt would pass through and thread in right from the backside. These are studs. And you can see how old this design is, because it's got the recess for the quarter inch button head Allen bolts that would literally hold 2-piece wheels together, so it would clear when you put it on. That's how old those hubs, but they're in good shape, right? They're in good shape. Those hubs are in good shape. The bearing pockets are good and solid and straight and square. So I was just about done, and I'm out of business. I looked at a few different things. Even drilling it out and trying to just get a bolt to drop in here and slide in, hold it on the back side to tighten it down, right? Listen, folks, I went to the ends of my mind and earth trying to figure this out, and the best option would be to take the hubs and off the Yamadog, swap the rotors out, and then re-goob and glue and O-ring all over again. And I just said, you know what, that's it, I'm done. I'm done working on this crap. I'm ready for vacation. I'm ready to celebrate Christmas. I've been listening to the Christmas music for weeks now, and trying to be, in the giving and loving and caring spirit, and I'm just getting pummeled left and right here. But it's like I told Sherry, I took the tires, I even dismounted the rears, put all the tires back in the big box that they came in, and I'm just going to have to do the work at the track with the wheels that are on the cart. Which is probably what we should have just did in the first one. We were trying to save ourselves, you know, the anguish of having to rush through mounting and balancing tires and stuff in the garage at the track and all that. But, you know, we spent a couple $100 on wheels and shipping, getting all this stuff here, rushing through, you know, giving up on the Yama dog, getting it done so we could get all this stuff done, and now it's not going to make it. So, and then I thought, you know, I went over there and looked at it. I picked up the cover, and I went over and looked at her for a minute. I gave it a thought for a minute. The bolts that hold the caliper on her, there's no wire in there. This thing's almost half ready to fall right off, right? The nut's loose. I'd have to change the rotor. I thought, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I am not doing this, man. We're not going to unbuild one go-kart to try to make our life a little easier down there. Everything happens for a reason. You know, y'all know that I believe that with all my heart, mind, body, and soul. And there's a reason this is happening. So you know what? Not my will, yours, Lord. So we're just we'll do the work. We'll put in the work. We'll do what we got to do, right? So that's all I got. That's all I got. We had a rough day today. Really rough having to deal with all this. But you know what? Well, you could have just left the rears, even though they wouldn't match, right? My fronts would be polished. And even that wouldn't have been, I'd have bit the bullet on the whole fashion show thing, right? Ben, take it easy. Don't fall out of your chair. Bob, you too. Feel better, buddy. Bob is suffering from some COVID bug. And I could even get over how the fashion show wouldn't have worked out. But the problem is these wheels have a different back spacing than this exact same measured wheel I have on the cart right now. And the reason I had to get these is because they didn't have the same wheel I have on my cart. So I was going to have to move my hubs when I did wheel and tire change. We would have to remove our front brakes to swap all this out. And we're going to have to do that anyway to balance new tires we mount on new wheels. We're going to have to do that anyway. But I won't have to move the hubs. What a 2-minute job, right? So there you go. These wheels will probably end up going on, we'll use them for spares for our cart if we ever race this cart again after Daytona. But more than likely, we'll use them to set up that other F-125, that Emmick chassis, even if it doesn't become a 125, just to get an axle and steering and parts and pieces on it. Maybe we'd sell it. You know, we'd just sell off the chassis, the rolling chassis, to somebody who wants to continue to work on it, you know, and build it up. We'll see. We'll see. We'll just see how things go when we get back from Florida. But we want to start vacationing, getting in vacation mode. Get the trailer over here tomorrow, which is Thursday, right, the 23rd. And have it sitting out here and, you know, leisurely get the rest of the stuff that needs to go in, loaded up, other than in the morning on Friday, throwing our luggage in. Back of the truck loaded up. All this crap's got to go in the back of the truck, right? So, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but we're not going to fight it. We're not going to fight it. We're going to roll with it. And if we get down there and all this becomes too darn much, it can sit on a stand in that garage for all I care. It's going to be in the 80s down there, man. Me, Chuck, and Rich are going to be enjoying ourselves down there in that sun and the warmth and the heat. Hell, we'll split and go out to the beach and have us a good time. I mean, it ain't the end of the world if this doesn't take place, even if that go-kart doesn't turn laps. Probably the best thing that could happen is we burn the thing up in the first practice session and just spend the rest of the week at vacationing, man. You know, that's it. Like I said, like I told Sherry, there's people out here freezing to death in this weather, starving to death, no homes, no water, no heat, no food. no home, no shelter, no loved ones. Things are, this is, I don't even know if I can list this as a setback, man, compared to that kind of thing, but we'll roll with it. We'll just roll with it. Hang in there, y'all. Maybe one more video before we get out of here Friday morning, and then nothing until probably the 2nd, maybe the 3rd, in the afternoon on the 3rd. We'll load up everything that happened down there. Hang in there. Probably one more video. One more video. Hang in there. God bless. Get to church. We'll talk to y'all later. What a mess. One damn stud. Ruined the whole thing.